So I'm wired in a way that not only am I trying to make you happy, I'm trying not to make you mad. Because subconsciously, I still feel like something bad is going to happen to me.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Melanin.
And I'm Beleaf Mel.
And we're here with episode 92 of
How Married Are You? All right. My name Beleaf. This is Yvette, and we've been married 9 years. Live in California. Got four kids. Relationships scary, and it's very necessary that we share our love with struggles. And we ask how married are you? Every Tuesday and Thursday, shawty. If you're listening, you're in the wedding party. It's okay if you want to put your hands up. Oh, this is the other day. Sorry. Here we go. It's chocolate baby story time.
Chocolate baby story time.
Hey yo, it's chocolate baby story time. 1, 2, 3, and
it's chocolate baby story time.
Boom. Okay. All right.
I have a chocolate baby story time.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, now. Actually, I don't know if I do. Go ahead, you first.
It's been hard to sleep around here. Uzi has been, he's been one of those kids. Last night, I had to put him into his room, try to get him to go to sleep with Anaya, but then I put Anaya in the brother's room so that she could not be woken up by him. And then once he fell asleep, I put Anaya back into her room. And the boys were both sleeping together underneath the bed.
On the floor. So they have one of those loft beds where the one bed rolls underneath the bed. But they roll the bed out and then they sleep underneath the other bed.
Yeah.
And I have a question about this because it's like, do y'all let your children just sleep on the floor? Like, we put them to bed and they're in the bed, but then they end up on the floor. And it's like, why do you sleep on the floor?
Yeah.
Like, I'm concerned about chiropractic issues down the road.
I'm not. They got young bodies. They're fine. Did I tell you about the time when I was teaching them how to do yoga because I'm doing that thing for Doveman's care? So I'm doing it, and then I'm in this weird position, and then Uriah's like, "Oh, that's interesting. I sleep like that." And Raya's always sleeping on pillows and like just kind of, he's all over the place. Anyway, what you got, babe?
My chocolate baby story time is the other day I was in the kitchen and the boys do this thing where they just try to like sneak up on you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I see them doing it and I'm like, I see you. And then Theo goes, ah. And then Raya goes, Mom, just pretend you can't see us. We are the Ninja Turtles. And I was like, you know what, Raya, you're right. Like, I'm killing your childhood. I should just pretend like I can't see you. And so now I pretend like I can't see them.
Sometimes I don't be seeing them and it freaks me out when you just see Theo's head just poking out.
But Theo is like the worst. He thinks he's all sneaky and he can be. But he doesn't wait for the right moment for you not to be looking. Because sometimes I just be guessing that a child is somewhere nearby. I just sense their presence. I'm like, go back upstairs. And they're like, how did you see?
Yeah.
I like them to think that I really do have eyes on the back of my head. Like, for real. But anyways, I'm going to try to not see them anymore.
All right. So let's go and hop into this topic, babe.
Okay. So I don't know if y'all know this about me or not, but I am an avid podcast listener. My friends often ask me, how do you have time? And I'm like, when I'm washing dishes, when I'm in the car, like.
Is that a rat?
Where do you see a rat? I don't want to see it.
Look straight.
I don't want to look. I don't want to see it.
Babe, I need you. Come on.
Is it on the tree?
Oh, God.
Did it go away? I don't like to see rodents. What is wrong with you? Why can't I not like to see rodents? Do you know that in the last episode of Beleaf in Fatherhood, actually this may not be the last by the time y'all watch this, but in the episode that was a prank for the kids, do you know what my husband did? And I didn't know it was coming. I am so upset. You just made me upset all over again. And then you think I want to see a living rat? Did it come into our house or did it go up the tree? Where was it? babe.
Babe, I need you to just move on. So in the last episode, I was talking about how I always have to deal with this is my point. I always have to deal with the rodents, the lizards, the freaking birds, the ants, the critters all by myself. That has killed a sufficient amount of spiders. But
my hair is a mess.
They were cleaning off our roof. They redid our roof, and they happened to drop a rat carcass on front of the house. And I was like, man, I got to pick this up now. And I showed it on the camera. She was like, I never wanted to see it. Started hitting me and all that stuff.
I did. Okay, this leads me into the next thing. Okay.
I handled it well.
Babe.
What?
I am sorry for hitting you. I should not have hit you.
Okay. I forgive you. I dealt with it well, I feel. I don't feel like I spazzed out like I usually do.
Yeah, but I spazzed out on you, and that was not right. I'm sorry.
All right. What is this?
Babe, who would you say is the better apologizer in our relationship?
Me. 100%.
I knew he was going to say that.
If I could ever even get you to admit that you made a mistake without you trying to come in for some sympathy.
We don't need to drill it in. I just asked you a simple question. I knew the answer. You knew the answer. All you had to say was me.
Well, I feel like I'm getting set up. What are you talking about?
I'm not setting you up. So, guys, to be honest with you, I just discovered this whole podcast. I didn't know Brene Brown had a podcast, y'all. Did y'all know that? If you didn't know that, you should go subscribe to it right now. Anyway, she has these podcast episodes that someone shared with me. So they were like, you should go listen to such and such. That's probably the birds getting the rat. You should go listen to the episodes on apology. And so this morning while I was making breakfast and doing all the things, I was like, let me listen to this podcast. Y'all, look at my notes. Can you see them? These are my notes. They're ugly. I wish I could have. Oh my gosh, they're so bright. I wish I could have put them in my beautiful journal and color coded them or whatever, but I was trying to cook and do all the things. And so I just wrote them down. But her podcast episode was about apologizing. And it actually, the episode I listened to was an hour, and that was just part 1. So they have another part 2.
What made you click on that one?
Because this girl sent it to me, and she was like, you should really listen to this. But yeah. So anyways, I was listening to it, and I was like, I really want to talk about this on the podcast.
Okay.
And so I wanted to talk about it because the truth of the matter is I am not a good person. I'm not good at apologizing. I can know that I'm wrong about something, but it's hard for me to humble myself and apologize or even give a heartfelt apology, because even when I'm ready to give a heartfelt apology, it just seems like there's just too much time has passed and I shouldn't do it. He's over it, but he might not be over it. But anyways, there was 2 parts to this episode, and the first part was talking about the gifts of a heartfelt apology. And so I want to just explain what the gifts were first. The first one is it's a gift to the hurt party. So when you give a heartfelt apology, you are allowing the other person to let go of any dark emotions that they may have been feeling toward you or about themselves, feelings of worthlessness or anger or resentment or whatever. It also gives them emotional safety. It makes them feel like their feelings matter. And it validates the hurt party's sense of reality. Even though I may not feel that you should be hurt, it's still, my apology still validates the fact that you were hurt and that you had a right to be hurt type situation.
Mm-hmm.
The second gift is a gift to yourself, which is interesting because I don't think that a lot of us would think that apologizing to someone would be good for us, but it is. And she talks about how you grow in your maturity and self-worth, you grow in resilience, and you grow in integrity. I feel like that's all self-explanatory, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the third gift is a gift to a relationship because it repairs the hurt and it rebuilds intimacy. And so I was like, those are some good points that I didn't think about. Do you have anything that you would like to say?
I don't know. This makes me feel uncomfortable.
Why?
Because I don't know. It's just a lot. You know, like first of all, Brene Brown be having like some straight, like, she just has really good phrases. Gift to the hurt party. What?
No, this isn't even her. This isn't Brene Brown. So she had
Who
a
is
guest on the
okay.
podcast that was
But that's
talking about it.
that's Brene Brown-esque. Like she does that type of stuff. So I'm just like, man, this is crazy. But yeah, like I think what's hard for me, man, and this is gonna turn into like a whole like me trying to get sympathy.
It's not. Go ahead, speak.
But I feel like I have always been apologizing, even for what was done to me. And so I realize that now my job as a father, my greatest weapon I have is apologizing to my children.
Yeah.
Was that part of the thing?
So
I've said that before.
Yeah. No. So she was saying all of these things. Okay, so that was the first part, was the gifts of what a heartfelt apology does for the other person. And then she started talking about the 9 essential ingredients to a heartfelt apology. And
The nice caller.
I don't know where I left off.
I was talking about how kids.
Oh, yeah. And so I was listening to this podcast, and a lot of the things I was hearing, I was like, hey, like this, at one point she says, I wrote it down. She said, oh my gosh. Or maybe it's over here. Oh, here it is, right here. It says, okay, so I said there's only 2 parts, but there's 3 parts, and they talked about negative consequences of a bad apology. But one of the things that they said was children learn not to apologize as adults because their parents do not say thank you for the apology. I appreciate it, without adding things on. So it's like a child will apologize and the kid will say, sorry, Mom, I know I shouldn't have done that. And you'll say,
thanks for the apology, but you should know better.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And so as an adult, they grow older and they're less likely or less inclined to apologize because they're like, it's just going to be like, undercut anyway. And so, anyway, she was saying that. And then she went into the 9 essential ingredients of a heartfelt apology. And I was just thinking about I was thinking about it in terms of our relationship, but I was also thinking about how to model this for our children as well. Okay, so the first ingredient is a true apology does not include the word but. I think we all know that. Like, that one's pretty obvious. The second was a true apology keeps the focus on your actions, not the other person's response. Like, for example, do you get it? Do you need a minute to
say that one more time?
A true apology keeps the focus on your actions, on my actions, and not the other person's response to my actions. Like, don't bring up their feelings, just your actions. For example, this is not an apology. I'm sorry you felt that way. You know what I'm saying? Versus, I'm sorry that I hit you when you did something that I didn't like. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm bringing this up because I felt like this would be good for marriages. Like, I feel like in marriages, there's a lot of times when, we can apologize the right way.
Yeah. I'll be apologizing bad sometimes. Yeah.
That was probably not a good response.
Would you like to continue? Would you like to go further into that?
Would you like to elaborate on?
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
But at least I apologize, man.
Yeah. So it's like, don't apologize for the other person being offended. Really take a moment to look at what you did and apologize for those actions. All right. I want to move on to number 3. There's 9. What?
I'm just thinking about yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
Yesterday was rough.
Talk to me.
The dishwasher.
That's what I didn't have a chance to write down because I was going to write out an apology that was
You're going to write it and read
applicable, like that followed all the rules. Okay, y'all, let's just get into this. So I really do want to apologize. I don't know if this is a time for me to apologize because I feel like I really want to nail it. you know? Like, I want to be attentive to everything that I learned today and really be able to apologize.
Keep going.
But I'll tell them the story of what happened. So yesterday, Glen was trying to be helpful, and he's always trying to be helpful whenever he puts dishes into the dishwasher and, you know, whatever. It's a thing. He's like, okay, I dirtied up these dishes. I need to put them in the dishwasher because they need to be cleaned. But I think I've gotten to the point where I just don't want him to touch the dishwasher. Like, do me a favor, rinse your dishes off and just leave them in the sink and I'll put them in the dishwasher. But yesterday I walk into the kitchen and I'm about to, I don't know, I think I just was doing something and then I was putting a dish in the dishwasher and then I couldn't pull out the top rack. And so the thing is, oh my goodness, is this footage of you? And it looks like it. Anyways, I don't want to go into the whole details of the situation, but I had an emotional response. It was extreme. It was like, I don't know. I think we all probably can relate to this, but like my body got so, like, I had a physical reaction to the frustration that I was feeling as a result of his efforts to load the dishwasher.
Yeah, it's all on camera.
And I just couldn't control it, like to the point where I almost cried. It was ridiculous. I know this. You don't have to comment below and say it was ridiculous. You need to get over that. I know that. It was just, I don't know how to explain it.
Can I show you what happened before that?
Yes.
Okay. Nervous thing about what I do is like how I load the dishwasher. This thing's broken. And another thing is like I always gotta fix some crap. Like my whole life is revolved around the fact that something needs to be fixed because this is like you're a homeowner. You know what I'm saying? So when it's wait a minute, this is not before that. Let me show you.
But the thing is, you like just pushed it in and you can see it's not on the track.
Wait, I. But she's always got an issue with it, and she always thanks me for trying. Except this day. Except this day.
Are we gonna put this in here for them
Sure.
to see?
Yeah.
And then we should probably put in my reaction. I'm done. I'm done.
So let's not do this.
No,
this is a waste of time.
No, it's not. I'm just saying because I feel like we've had this conversation multiple times.
We have had the conversation multiple times. It's not gonna work.
No, get it back in the track. Put the.
We'll just get another one.
No, we're not. This has been this way since we moved in.
Well, let's get another one.
Okay.
So let's not do this.
No,
this is a waste of time.
No, it's not. Because who's gonna be hand washing the dishes? Me, not you.
I can hand wash. Don't act like I'm not.
But it was bad, y'all. It was bad. It was bad. I don't know what to say. It was just bad. And I love you. And I really do appreciate you trying to make my life easier in like the efforts that you make. I just have control issues. And I think we already talked about that in previous episodes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's just move on. I need to apologize, but I'm not ready to do that here in this moment, y'all. Anyways, a true apology includes an offer of reparation or restitution. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, like I get something or you get something, right?
No. It means that, okay, I say, I'm sorry to you for yelling at you in the way that you loaded the dishwasher, but then you load the dishwasher again and I yell at you again. Was I really sorry?
So you're saying repentance?
Basically, like actions speak louder than words. So you can't just say you're sorry for something just for the sake of saying sorry. You need to say sorry and actually mean it. And in the future, change your actions.
That's the thing. It's like, it's super hard to do that because a lot of things we have to apologize for are habits that we, you know, we have lived through and we're working through, like, you know, I am totally like resolved that is not going to be the last time you argue with me about the dishwasher. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be the last time. When we get a new dishwasher, it's not going to be the last time. And it may not be because I don't do it right, but I just think it's something that's going to be an issue. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not necessarily expecting you to like fix it. You know what I'm saying?
I have hope.
It's not that I don't have hope, but I'm just kind of like, yeah.
It's a matter of doing this.
Biting your tongue.
Biting my tongue. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah, but for me, it's like if your heart wants to curse me out, you've already done it. Like I don't.
But
really...
sometimes it's better to do it inside that the other person doesn't actually have to experience it.
Yeah, I can feel that. I'd rather you just say it.
All right.
Anyway, go ahead.
Moving on. Number 4. A true apology does not overdo. And I liked this part a lot because this is something that I do. Like, I feel like I apologize for stuff I don't need to apologize for. Like, sometimes she talked about how and this woman, her name is Sue, dang it. Oh my gosh, I lost it. Her name is Sue Monk Kid. Nope, that's not the right person. Sorry. Her name is Harriet Lerner. And she's an older woman, obviously. She's super sweet to listen to. But she was like, back in my day, women would just apologize for taking up oxygen in the room. Or women would apologize for going to work when it was more responsible for them to stay at home with the kids. Or, you know, it was just like, don't overdo it. Like, you don't have to apologize for everything. Some things don't need an apology. She said overdoing it hijacks your story or grief. An apology is not a way to turn the tables for you to take care of me. Oh, she also talked about how sometimes like you can, like a mom can apologize, or like, I think she gave a story of a mother apologizing to her child for something, and then in the apology it guilted her child into doing something for her. Does that make sense? Have you ever been a part of some, not necessarily with your mom, but like some kind of like where the apology kind of like turned on you?
Yeah.
Have I done that to you?
No.
Okay, good.
No. You don't really apologize that much. So it's not like you're there's not a variety of different type of apologies. It's either you do or you don't. And I'm like, whoa. But this is the thing. I'm in relationships with a lot of people, and I would say women in my life who do not own up to their mistakes. And something must be done. Something must be done.
Maybe you're just attracted to the same kind of women.
Okay, so will not
Y'all, he's muting his mic to name.
So yeah, people. And I'm covering my mouth, so y'all can't see. But I didn't drop names on this joint,
and they're all accurate.
You know, it's crazy. Someone like Janae will apologize.
You just said her name.
Yeah, but this is a positive, a positive. Okay. So someone like Janae will apologize for stuff that isn't even has to do with her, and I'll be like, get off me. Hey brother, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm like, get off me, woman. You didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that I want it. I'm just like, yo, you have to take responsibility for what you did. And you know why I'm dealing with that is because of all that stuff I had to deal with before. I'm kind of like, oh, this can't fly around me. I'm turning it to law. Like, oh, you can't be around me and like distribute that behavior. You know what I'm saying? That can't happen. Yeah. So I do feel like, I don't feel like I do a good job apologizing, but I do feel like I do it often. Okay. Like I'm not a good apologizer, but I'm saying, yo, I'm so sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like I should not have done that or whatever. But it seems like with some of the people in my life, it's almost like, yeah, man, you ain't gonna get that out of me, dog. You know? And I'm just like, you know, because I've had to apologize for things that I've endured, which is kind of like, you know, my grandmother like just say you're sorry. I'm like, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Why won't you guys help me? Like, I didn't actually do anything.
That's a squirrel.
I know it's a squirrel, but he's stealth.
He blends in.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, just apologize. All you got to do is wait till you're 18. And like, and that's why I'm like, yo, I'm not going back there. Like, I'm not going to deal with this whole thing again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to teach people how to apologize. It's insane.
Yeah.
So anyway, one more notes.
Number 5, a true apology doesn't get caught up in who's more to blame or started it. So one of the things that she talked about was like let's say that you and I get into an argument or whatever, and we both said some things or did some things that warned us both to apologize. But we're probably, like, she was talking about how I'm sorry, what's the girl's name again? Harriet was talking about how, like, her and her husband were in a thing and she was 47% responsible and he was 53%. And so she felt like he needed to apologize before she could apologize or whatever. And so she's like, a true apology doesn't wait for that. It's like, even if you played a small role in whatever it was, you still should be the one to apologize. You don't wait for someone else to do it. Number 6, it says a true apology requires that you do your best to avoid a repeat performance, which I feel like is pretty close to
the other one.
Number 3. But number 3 was more so talking about the repairing part of what comes from an apology. And then number 7 says a true apology should not serve to silence another person. And
like, I already said I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yes, exactly. And I feel like I've been guilty of that. Like, you will want to be talking about something and I'm like, I already said, like, I'm sorry. What? I don't know what else you want me to say. I'm sorry. Can we not talk about this anymore?
Those be your apologies. I'll be like, man,
woo. That one hit me hard. I was like, but they do need to shut up about it. Just kidding. But I really appreciated that one and I felt like you would too.
Yeah, very funny, man.
Number 8, it says a true apology should not be offered to make you feel better if it risks making the hurt party feel worse. All apologies are not welcome. And this one was pretty interesting to me because I felt like we gave advice to someone, the lady who was married to a man but left him, or like they remember
what,
she was married and then left. She was like, the grass isn't greener on this side. She had a son with an abusive guy.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
And so that one, this apology, this part of it made me think of that situation because she's like, all apologies, what did it say? A true apology should not be offered to make you feel better if it risks making the hurt party feel worse. And so I don't know if this really applies to that situation, but I was thinking about that because she was talking about how, like, sometimes people in AA or like whatever, they will go and want to apologize to whatever to make themselves feel better. But the person who they hurt doesn't want to even be contacted by them or like talk to or whatever. Yeah. And so she was saying how all apologies are not necessary or not welcome.
Yeah. That's a good point, man. That's deep.
Yeah. And so I was kind of, I don't know. I don't want to go into too much into that, but yeah. And then she goes, a true apology does not ask the hurt party to do anything, not even to forgive. Apologizing is not a bargaining piece. That was the last one.
This is too much.
That was the last one. But I feel like I do that. That's how I apologize. That's my like way of apologizing. Like sometimes I'll apologize to you because I'm like, okay, can I apologize to you so we can go do something fun now? Oof. Or can I apologize to you so we can go, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we can move on and that we can be happy and love. And, you know, I just want to feel your love. Just love me.
Yeah, man. And I'm like, there's no resolution here.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, here we go again with the Enneagram, right? So the thing is with a 4, right? Mm-hmm. We are so comfortable in like just stress or like
conflict,
I'm kind of like, no, let's feel this. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm wrong, I'm just wrong. Like, I'm just gonna be wrong. And that doesn't mean I'm gonna be better. That just means that's where we're at. And so I feel like that, you know what's crazy about, like, I feel like apologies and like this whole thing about forgiveness and apologies, it can bring some real, like, I've dealt with so much guilt as a like, no, you have to apologize, because if you wouldn't have did that, I wouldn't have lost my temper. So like, you made me mad, and you have to apologize for making me mad.
Nope. And that's what's it called? A true apology focuses on your actions and not how the other person is feeling.
So you made me mad. I did this. I'm not going to apologize for doing this. I need you to apologize for making me mad. If you don't make me mad, I won't do that.
Ugh.
And I'm just kind of like, and so you think about living in that.
Yeah.
And then, I'm wired. This is not good. So I'm wired in a way that not only am I trying to make you happy, I'm trying not to make you mad, because
you're about to cry.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Babe, sorry.
No.
Like, I don't want to, like, I feel, subconsciously, I still feel like something bad is going to happen to me if I make you upset, which is crazy. So I'm like, yo, like, how can I, like, I'm trying to please you and I'm trying not to disappoint you, because I don't know what you're going to do if I fail. And then when I feel like I'm doing well, I'm like, I can't win. You know what I'm saying? So some real, like, craziness, because I feel guilty for underperforming. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. So like, when someone asked on the How Married Are You comment section, they were like, Glen just is so mean. Why is he so mean to Yvette? And I'm like, I don't know if maybe I'm mean. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? And I'm way nicer to you off camera than I am on camera, I feel. Maybe.
I feel like you're very consistent.
Okay, cool. I was hoping you said that. But what's interesting is that, you know, when you speak to me, sometimes it cuts. But I don't know if that's like a man thing. I'm just supposed to deal with it. And I feel like I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just take it. You know what I'm saying? So when you say, like, yo, you know, I wish you were more passionate enough about spending time with your wife as you were about studying with your friends. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, I trust you with my 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, those questions were so good for me. And that was accountability. And those were hard questions. They mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, hard, but they pushed me through. And so I don't know if I'm supposed to be a pillow for you. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, like a masseuse where I'm doing deep tissue massage and trying to get you to move forward, you know? I don't know, man. I hate this topic. It's such a bad topic.
I'm so sorry. Why you look at me like that?
Because you just apologized.
I really am sorry, but I'm listening to you talk and I just had a revelation myself. Like, you are experiencing me through the lens of your childhood.
My inner child.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that you're crazy, but I'm just saying it's interesting. And I feel like I'm looking forward to therapy. Because I wish we had this moment in therapy. Maybe this is like a pseudo therapy for us or whatever, except we don't have anybody to give us feedback about what to do with this, because I don't really know what to do with this right now, to be completely honest. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But that's a thing for me that I'm realizing, like, whoa, that's so true. And I don't know. It's just, sometimes it's like, how much responsibility do I need to take for some of these things.
Yeah. Because it's a lot.
It is a lot.
That's a whole lot on you. That is a whole lot.
Because that's how many years of your life. And I've only been here a decade.
It's not that long, but it was my formidable years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like years where I'm kind of picking up habits and kind of like, like.
I'm not going to lie. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I cut you off. Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to avoid, conflict. But I'm okay with other people being in conflict. Like, I'm okay with me being conflicted. Mm-hmm. But, like, I'm trying to be good with you. Like, I just want to be good with you. Mm-hmm. And so my goals, my desires have been morphed to, like I said this on the Patreon episode of How Mad Are You for last week. Mm-hmm. Like if I continue to move forward in this way, the mission for my company or our company, Beleaf in Fatherhood, morphs into how to please my wife. It has nothing to do with equipping fathers, giving hope to mothers, and inspired children. It's all about trying to make Yvette happy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how to.
And so I think what just clicked for me when you were talking is that I don't think I'm asking you to make me happy.
Okay.
Or I don't think I have asked you to make me happy. And I think over the course of our marriage, that has been your goal because of your childhood issues, that it may have become something that you have maybe massaged into me, that you somehow can, is he up? That you somehow can make me happy. And I know this sounds really crazy. I do not believe that you are responsible for my happiness, because I feel like people have said that to me.
Well, I've said that before. And I said that I'm no longer. I said I'm not, because I said I'm trying to make you happy too much.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm not trying to do that anymore. I'm over it.
But I just want to make it clear that I don't expect you to make me happy. Like, I'm realizing that I have issues with myself where I need to feel valued, or I need to feel worth. I'm trying to figure out how to say it. I need to feel
worthy.
Like, I don't know if the word is worthy, but like I'm adding something to the world. Not even so much to the world, but to our household, like to our family. And I feel like for so many years, I was able to feel like I contributed to our family, and it was measurable. And now I'm contributing to, and now I'm freaking out inside, because it's like I'm contributing to our family by raising these kids. I mean, we're both partnering and doing that, but I'm the primary parent at home with them all the time. And now I'm like, what am I doing? How is my relationship with my children impacting their future union with the love of their life?
Yeah.
Right? So how is like my ability to apologize or not affecting their ability to apologize or not? Or how is the way that I love them or show them love or experience life with them, maybe, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, because that stuff is spilling over into our marriage right now. Like, I don't know. I'm freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, well, you brought it up. Yeah. Babe, how married are you?
I'm still married. I didn't wake you up from your nap today. So we had talked this morning and we're like, okay, let's go ahead and record this podcast during quiet time today. But during quiet time, or when we were putting Uzi to sleep, Glen was like, I'm just going to take a little siesta real quick. And I was like
20 minutes.
Okay. And so he was like, it's going to be 20 minutes. And I was like, okay. So like I nursed Uzi to sleep and I like slid out the bed.
Were you recording video of me?
No, my mom had FaceTimed me. I was wondering what you were saying.
I was like, babe, stop it.
My mom had FaceTimed me, and I guess he woke up and saw me like looking, and I was like, the camera's not even on you. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. So he was like, I'm going to just take a little siesta real quick. And I was like, okay. So I slipped out of the bed after getting Uzi to fall asleep, and I came downstairs, and the kids, they had started their quiet time. And so then I was like, okay, well, I'll make myself some lunch. I ate lunch. My mom called. I called my mom back, and we were just chatting. She was hanging out on her hammock. I'm hanging out on my hammock. And I was like, Mom, should I go wake him up? We're supposed to be working right now. And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, yeah, I feel like I should just let him sleep. And then sure enough, you came all groggy. You gotta record this podcast.
Yeah.
And so I felt like I did a good thing, because if I would have woken you up and then made you come sit in front of the camera, y'all wouldn't have gotten good old, cat-napped Glen.
Yeah, for sure. That's true. That's facts.
How married are you, babe?
I'm so married that I think I don't know if I'm trying to schedule out. This new schedule, though, I'm glad we have like it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. I'm realizing I have to wake up earlier than I usually do, and I have to work harder when I am working, and I just have to have a lot of grace with myself and with you. And so it's a lot, man.
I think it's fine for us to regroup. You know?
Yeah, after let's see how it goes for a couple of weeks, and I'll try to just max out. But I think I tacked out. I think I counted, and like I'm only doing like 40 hours of work. You know what I'm saying?
With this schedule.
So, that's not bad, but at the same time, it's like, it's not ideal.
How many hours would you like to do?
It's not that. It's just saying like average. Like, I wouldn't want to do all of it, but usually for like a startup, you're putting in like 80 hours a week. But if I had support in other areas, I wouldn't have to. So if I had employees in other areas, I wouldn't have to do all that. So like right now, I have to finish a few songs, and I have to do I have to work with the graphic designer, and a couple podcast edits in a Fatherhood episode and a Fatherhood breakdown. You know what I'm saying? That's all like in the queue. And so I'm kind of like, but it's family night, and is that the right time? It's family night, and
40 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you think, sorry, I don't know if this is a conversation for on camera or off, but do you think that because you had mentioned when you were working at the office, it kind of helped you to compartmentalize things? Do you think that you should go back to the office when it's work time?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, because the good part about being here is that like if I ever need something, I could just go out there and shoot it. It's like right here. You know what I'm saying? So it's really convenient. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen.
You know what's crazy is I went to the P.O. box. I don't know what day that was, yesterday. And I was driving by it, and they had these office buildings, and I daydreamed for you about the day when you have like a whole production situation like you had talked about having, where you have a studio and people can kind of come in and use it, and you have your office and employees. And
yeah,
I was even thinking Maggie would be there working from out of there. I don't know.
Yeah, I actually don't know if I want that anymore.
Really? Yeah,
because I have it technically with where I work. Like the exact same thing I want is what I have, but I just don't own it. And it's kind of like, do I really want to own that, or do I want to own something else? You know what I'm saying? So it's it changes things for me. Like if I can afford the office to just going in whatever I want or whatever, then I don't necessarily need that other thing. So anyway,
and that's just how married we are.